Hey beauties, it's Michelle here at Model Rock again, and in today's video we're going to be going back to beauty basics. Today I'll be showing you how to apply makeup which is beginner friendly, great for an everyday natural look, just to enhance your natural features, nothing too crazy. If you want to learn how to achieve this natural, flawless look suitable for everyday wear in 9 easy steps, just keep on watching. So you want to start off your makeup routine with a fresh and cleansed face. You can use any of our cleansers from our Skin Essentials range. My personal favourite is the Brightening Cleansing Water because this is a rinse-free formula. You can just apply this to any makeup remover pad and wipe your face. So I recommend using the My Eco Beauty Kit one because this is reusable. Just applied some to the pad, and what I like about it as well is that it's a non-drying formula. It's rinse-free and it exfoliates and cleanses the skin very lightly. So I'm just going over my face, making sure it's clean. Don't forget to cleanse down your neck as well. This is important because when we do our foundation step, we want to blend that down. Next step of the routine is moisturizing and priming. Now I recommend using the Embryolisse cream. Now this cream acts as a moisturizer and a primer, so it's a 2-in-1. Who doesn't love that? This product is also a suitable product for all skin types, so you don't have to worry about sensitive skin. Once you do rub this all into your skin, you do just want to wait a little bit before applying foundation, just so everything sinks into the skin. The next step is foundation. So the most crucial part is you want to make sure your foundation matches your skin tone. To color match, what you want to do is you want to take a little bit of the foundation on your finger and run a swatch along your jawline and neck. You want to use your finger to blend it out, and if it starts disappearing, that's when you know you've got your perfect match. Now the foundation I'm using today is the NARS Radiant Longwear. It is a fuller coverage, so I am blending it quite out because a little goes a long way, but as you can see, that's blended in nicely. If you're not confident with colour matching, definitely go in store and talk to a beauty advisor. They're more than willing to help colour match you. Now that we've got our foundation, we are going to be talking about tools. So some people use their fingers. You can use a foundation brush as well, or a makeup sponge. Now the difference between these two is that a makeup brush will provide a fuller coverage, whereas a makeup sponge will provide a softer, more natural finish, and you can use this to build up the product as well. For an everyday natural flawless finish, I do recommend using our base maker sponge, which is what I'm using right now. It just blends the product flawlessly and it gives it an airbrushed finish. I also avoid applying foundation to the area under my eye because that's where we'll be applying concealer. Don't forget to blend that down your neck as well and on your ears. That way everything looks seamless. Now that we've got our foundation down, we are moving on to concealer. I highly recommend investing in 2 different shades of concealer to get you started. The first concealer you want to have is one that is similar to your skin tone. Now this will be used to cover any blemishes or dark spots that may be appearing through your foundation. The second concealer you want is one that is lighter than your skin tone. This will be used to brighten areas that you want to bring forward. For example, I have a little spot on my chin today, so I will be using a concealer that is close to my foundation color and just apply it on there, and then you can use your finger just to tap that out. With the lighter concealer, I do like to apply this under my eye because I want to cover my dark circles. So you can do any kind of concealer placement that you think suits you best. I just like to do a little bit here and here as well. And with any excess product, I'll just apply that all over my eyelid to create a flawless base. the difference that concealer makes. This eye just looks more lifted. Other recommendation I do have for smaller areas such as under your eyes is picking up our base maker, the mini lilac one. This is just the perfect size to go under your eye. Not only that, but it's perfect for blending out eyeshadow base or concealer all over your eyelid too. If we've used liquid products on our face, we do want to set them with powder. You can use a pressed powder or a loose powder with a fluffy brush just to go all over your face. I personally like to do a mix of both, so I'll grab a big fluffy brush. This is one of our new brushes that are coming soon, and I will apply the pressed powder very lightly all over my face. Now you don't want to drag this because that will risk moving the product underneath, so you just want to tap and bounce. Once the face is set, I like to go back in with my little sponge and pat over the eye area. I'll also take a smaller fluffy brush and dip it into a little bit of the loose powder. So what you want to do is you want to place extra powder on areas where you may be prone to crease or get oily. So I personally put some on my T-zone because I get oily there, and a little bit down my nose, a little bit on my chin. I'll also use the sponge a little bit around my mouth. So I'm setting my eyes to where we've placed the concealer, and we're going to put extra powder where we've placed concealer down just to prevent the makeup from creasing there too. So a little bit over the eyes, look up under the eyes, and just once again, we're not dragging, we're just patting. And on my smile lines. Another little trick you can do is take your damp beauty blender that you used earlier and dip it into some of the pressed powder. You do want to press off the excess on the back of your hand so it doesn't get too cakey or baked, and just press anywhere where you think you will be prone to crease. So sides of the mouth and under the eyes it is for me, but every individual is different. You will see excess powder on my upper lip, but we will brush that off with the fluffy brush. Just going in now for where we've applied that extra powder and just tapping with that big fluffy brush so everything melts in. Once we have our blank canvas ready, we are going to be using some bronzer, blush and highlight to create definition on the face. With bronzer, you want to select one that's at most 2 to 3 shades darker than your natural skin tone. Any deeper, it can look muddy, especially when trying to blend it in. A little tip for applying is grabbing a fluffy brush. You can grab a chisel brush as well, but a fluffy is going to be easier. And you want to apply your bronzer in 3, starting from your forehead, defining the cheekbone, and running it along your jawline to your chin. And you want to repeat that process till you're happy with the intensity and everything is blended flawlessly. Once you complete the bronzer on both sides of your face, this is completely optional because this is a beginner friendly tutorial. We're not going to be doing any eyeshadow or eyeliner work. You can grab a big fluffy eyeshadow brush and dip it into your bronzer and just run that along your crease really lightly to create definition on your eyes. You can also run the bronzer underneath your nose for a lifted look, down the sides of your nose, and under your lip for a poutier effect. In terms of blush, it's not really a one size fits all because there's so many different blush shades that are very lovely and complementing. There's also various placements. Typically blush would be placed on the apples of your cheek. At the moment, the current trend is placing your blush on the high points of your cheeks. This just creates an uplifted look. You can also place it on your nose bridge for a natural flushed effect. But once again, I do recommend playing around with blush, playing with tones and placements to see what best suits your face. Highlighter is great for emphasizing areas you want to bring forward. So typical placements of highlighters include the high points of your cheek. Some people like to do the cupid's bow down the nose bridge as well. Another great placement for highlight is on your inner corners. Now this will make your eyes pop and stand out. And don't forget under your brow bone. With our natural makeup, we do want to keep our brows quite soft to complement it, so I highly recommend checking out our Define and Fill pencil as well as our clear brow gel set. As you can see, our Define and Fill pencil tip is ultra fine, so this will create hair-like strokes for a natural look. Our clear gel set also has a small bristle brush. This will ensure that all your hairs are coated precisely. The Define and Fill pencil also has a spoolie brush on the opposite end, so you can brush and tame your hairs as you're filling your brows in. The other tip I do have is if you want a really soft look, which is what I'm going for now, go one shade lighter than your natural hair color. I have black hair and my usual shade is ebony in our range, but I've opted for the shade dark brown to fill in my brows. You just want to do soft strokes throughout, and you want to avoid overfilling the front area of your brow just to keep it very natural. And as you're filling in your brows, just brush through the hairs to soften the pencil. Once you've finished filling in your brows, take your clear gel set and brush the hairs into place. Another tip, if you do have stubborn hairs, before you set your brows, back comb them so that the hairs are completely coated, and then brush them into place for where you want them to sit. As I mentioned earlier, because this is a beginner friendly tutorial, I didn't do any eyeshadow work or eyeliner work. But what I have done is curled my lashes and put a coat of mascara on my top lashes only. You can just leave it here, but if you want to amp up your lash game, you can apply falsies. These two styles here are what we recommend for beginners. So the top style is called Sunny Sunday and the bottom style is called Miss Preppy. These two lashes are great for beginners because they're an all-rounder. They're both made with a Superflex invisible band, making it easy for application. Alternatively, you can go for this lash style, which is called Miss Rosie. Now, Miss Rosie is a half lash which you can apply on the outer corners. This is perfect for those who might not feel confident in applying a full strip lash. Now, I've got this style on in Miss Preppy. I put the lashes on off camera, but if you do want to see an in-depth tutorial, definitely head over to our IGTV and check out my video on how to apply lashes. Onto lips. Now you want to make sure your lips are prepped and primed. I like to gently exfoliate them. Using the makeup remover pad that we used earlier to prep our face, it's a little bit damp still from the cleanser. I'm just rubbing it along my lips. This will also remove any excess foundation that may be on them. For a natural look, I highly recommend checking out our Sheer Luxe lip glosses. This will provide a sheer finish and a nice sheen to your lips. Optionally, you can go in with a lip liner as well, but to keep it nice and natural, we're going without today. Being a sheer formula, you will see your natural lip color through this, but it'll just give it a nice hint of color. I'm using the shade Nude today. Last but not least, you want to go in with a setting spray. Whether you've got a natural makeup on or a full heavy glam, you want to lock everything in place. So holding your setting spray about 30 centimeters away from your face, you just want to give it a few spritzes. Make sure you turn your face so you can get all the angles and make sure everything is covered. Let the spray air dry, and now you've finished your natural everyday glam. Let us know in the comments below if there's any steps that you have any more questions on, and if you have an everyday makeup routine, how many steps do you have and what does that include? We'd love to know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and talk soon.